Hi, Shruti. Thanks for joining on time. Can I request everyone to switch on the videos, please? We're just waiting for a couple of minutes for the others to join. Meanwhile, Shruti, Arnold, if you all can just uh, switch on your video. Thanks, Arnold. Am I pronouncing it correctly? Is it Arnold?
Yes, ma'am, it's correct.
Okay, thank you so much. Shruti, Tripti, if you all can switch on your videos as well. Let's make it an interactive session. It's a Sunday evening. While the others are going for Coldplay, we are going to have a productive session here. So if it's an interactive one, it will be easier for all of us. Where are you based, Arnold?
I'm living at Dombivli right now.
Okay, okay.
Uh, Jigna ma'am, I guess we can
Yeah,
start in 2 minutes. Let others
sure.
join later. That
Yeah,
is fine.
okay. So Arnold, very happy to know that you're doing your chartered accountancy and it's your final. So are you going to appear for the May attempt?
Yes, ma'am. Only
Okay,
one
both
group
the
is
group?
pending, so I'll be appearing for that. No group one.
Okay. Which group is it? The first one or the second one?
First one. First one.
Okay. Okay. Great. A question that maybe I should not ask, but how's the preparation going?
It's going just fine, ma'am. Means the results came in Jan first. No, in came in December 26th. So then little bit it started.
Okay. Okay. Understood. And where are you working? You said you're working in a CA firm. Which firm is it?
Thane, Thane, VP Of Kroll.
Sorry, come again.
Thane CA firm. Working in
Okay.
Thane
Okay. Got it. Okay. We'll start and we'll wait for people once they join in. I can just repeat few topics when the others join. Just giving a brief introduction about myself. So my name is Jigna Gausar. I cleared my chartered accountancy in May 2017. So almost 7-8 years of experience after becoming a chartered accountant. I did my articleship in Haribhakti, basically into valuations, something which typically articleship is done in audit or tax, but I was fortunate enough to get to do valuations right in the articleship. So I was in Haribhakti, and after I cleared, I joined BDO again in valuations. And while I was in BDO, somewhere I understood that, of course, becoming a chartered accountant was very good in terms of getting into a corporate setup like a BDO. But then there was always a gap between if I wanted to serve clients outside India, whether I have a degree that can help me. So that is when I thought of doing ACCA. And I also like teaching overall as a passion. So it becomes difficult to become a full-time tutor in chartered accountancy, and it becomes difficult if you want to do part-time after for a CA coaching. So that is when I decided to do ACCA. As a chartered accountant, once you clear all the subjects of CA, you are exempted from most of the subjects in ACCA. So that was another reason that, with less efforts, you can get a degree which has global recognition, which has a lot of respect, and it is valid in more than 140 countries, if I'm not wrong. So, of course, ACCA as a course, many people, especially chartered accountants, ask me how is it different from CA, and whether it's the same concepts, whether it's the same kind of questioning, and what you will gain more after doing CA. One reason why I did was the kind of questioning that is done, and even after interacting with a lot of CA students who are appearing. So, not similar to you, I have a student who is giving one group in this May, and even when I ask him how are you liking between CA and ACCA, not to compete as to which course is better, but just the exam style is different, and both the courses are good and helpful in their own ways. So as ACCA, and right now becomes difficult. For example, when I was 21, when I cleared CA, I did not know what my 10 years, what after 10 years, what life is going to be for me. That at that point I wanted to stay in India, but maybe after 5 years I decided that okay, there are some opportunities which are available outside India which could be better, and then becomes too late for me to make a decision about uh, doing a course, getting an international degree, getting job experience, and then moving outside. So that is why I decided to go for an international degree. ACCA was fun in terms of the kind of structure of exams it is. So it is only 4 papers that you need to give after your CA, after becoming a chartered accountant, and all the professional level papers. So for example, in CA we would have of course learned Ind AS. In ACCA you learn IFRS. So again, it helps in the job because all the companies, even when you are working currently at your job, or you will go for other companies after clearing CA, you'll be working for MNCs, and the companies outside India will be reporting under IFRS, US GAAP. So it's important for anybody to learn not only the Indian accounting standards, but also global accounting standards like IFRS. So that definitely helps in any job profile you are, whether you are in audit, I'm in valuations, but I still would want to learn accounting standards because I should be able to read the accounting statements correctly. So for that reason, ACCA of course helped because the curriculum had IFRS. At the same time, the case study structure, the structure of the exam is such that it's a case study based. Basically, you don't need to rote learn, or you don't need to remember concepts the way it is tested in CA, but rather you need to understand how to apply them. So the same question of NPV and IRR which was there in CA, it will be asked very differently, where you might not be asked to calculate NPV or IRR at professional level, but they will question you on your thinking ability that, okay, you've calculated NPV IRR. How do you decide based on your calculations? So they are testing the thinking ability or the analytical skills that are needed along with the calculation. Because as a course, and of course, we can deep dive into understanding how the case study structure is, or how the kind of questions are. They test on communication skills right in the paper itself. So it is more practical based. Basically, the ACCA body, they get reviews from a lot of corporates on what is needed once you join a corporate. You'll need analytical skills, you'll need professional skepticism, you'll need to know the concepts. At the same time, you should be able to communicate well with your clients. So all of these things, ACCA knows that this is what is needed from an ACCA professional once they join the corporate world. So that's why the course is also designed, the curriculum is also designed, and the marks are also designed in the way that the students they are corporate ready once they've become an ACCA affiliate. Um, my experience was really good because after I was there in BDO for about 3 years, the first paper I appeared for was Advanced Financial Management, in which I got a rank. So I got first rank in India and seventh worldwide. That gave me a platform because I was able to network to many people. ACCA as a body also affiliated me with ranks and certificates, and there were so many people when they were in this whole process of giving rank and affiliating. Many people from outside India had also come, so I got to network with them. I got to know that the opportunities that are open for me outside India as well. So that's when I decided that while I was doing domestic valuations all this while, when I was in BDO and Haripakti, so serving Indian clients like Tatas and Reliance of India, I also want to learn and being able to cater to the bigger clients outside India as well. So that's why I joined Deloitte International Valuations, where I was working with the UK team of Deloitte, sitting in India, but working with the UK team again in international valuations. So ACCA as a degree helped me to get a job first in something like Deloitte International Valuation, because the first thing the director asked me after looking at my CV was, okay, you've done ACCA and you have got a rank, so tell me about the degree and how ACCA has helped you. It became a talking point with many people, with many counterpart people in UK, because they understand what is ACCA as a degree, and they were very happy to know about the kind of knowledge that we as Indians bring about concepts which are taught in ACCA. At the same time, your communication skills also improve, because the kind of question, the case study format is, you'll understand that once you start studying, that you need to learn drafting skills as well. It could be a case study, could be like writing an email to the director of the group regarding this problem which the company is facing. You are doing a role play of a managing director in that case, or you're doing a role play of an auditor on how will you advise. So all of these skills which you actually do in practice is what they actually test you in your exams as well. So it became a talking point. It helped my work also getting better in terms of quality, in terms of overall fine tuning of my language, about my communication skills as well. And while I was teaching, it helped me also as a professional to be an all rounder, where I'm communicating with the generation whom I'm working with in office as well. So was really a great experience when I was in Deloitte. Currently, I recently shifted to Kroll as vice president, where I'm working with Netherlands teams, Amsterdam team, uh, which again, ACCA, they also use IFRS accounting standards. So ACCA helps me to know the concepts well, at the same time communicate with them easily, because everybody knows what ACCA is. If you speak about CA, you might need to explain with it that what CA covers, what subjects do we typically have, that the articleship it is. So, but when you're working with global counterparts, if you have a degree which is globally recognized, it becomes very easy to connect with them. I also have been to London for a secondment from Deloitte, and once I was there, when you're on a secondment and you're representing your firms, I was representing Deloitte, it became easy for me to connect to people just because they understood about my degree. They understood what skill set I can bring because of the degree. So, Arnold, if you have any questions that why should one go for ACCA, even in spite of being CA, I think I've covered some parts of it, but anything specifically, if you want to know, I'm happy to share that as well.
And what are the other subjects? Like you said, there are four papers after, means
Hmm.
if you clear CA, then you have to give four papers. So one
Yeah.
you mentioned was CFRS. So other
Hmm.
papers, which are those? Means I know for
Yes.
study
So
purpose for.
yeah. So there are four papers. One, as I told, IFRS, that is called Advanced basically financial reporting, which is called Strategic Business Reporting in ACCA. The other paper, which is compulsory one, is Strategic Business Leadership, where you are doing the role play of a leader of the company, or at a higher position as a senior member, and what will you do if the company is facing this crisis. So it is SBS, Strategic Business Leadership. So both of these papers are compulsory ones. and the other two which you have to give, you get an option from four papers. So one is AFM, Advanced Financial Management. So this covers valuation, NPV, IRR, similar to the financial management subject which is there in our CA curriculum. That is AFM. The other optional subject is audit and assurance. Again, very similar to what we study in CA, but it is a different way because they will ask you more on case study. Basically, practically ज़्यादा पूछेंगे rather than theory. लोग ये नहीं पूछेंगे कि ये अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड में क्या है, वो लोग तुम्हें सिचुएशन देंगे एंड आपको समझना है कि कौन सा अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड या कौन सा स्टैंडर्ड्स ऑन ऑडिटिंग इसमें अप्लाई करना है. So a lot of practical aspects is covered in the exam. So AFM audit, one is advanced performance management. So performance management में SWOT analysis जैसा strategic choices, जो strategic management होता है या costing वाला part जो CA में था, some aspects of those are covered in advanced performance management, where the subject focuses on financial indicators. खाली मत देखो company के, non financial indicators भी देखो, performance indicators भी देखो. And the fourth subject is tax. So of course, if they've covered international taxation by way of UK taxes. So if you are a CA and because you would not know the basic UK tax, it will be easier for you to not choose that subject, but you get the other three subjects to choose, and you just have to appear for two exams out of those. So AFM is a natural choice for most of the chartered accountants. That is what I also chose. And the other subject, if you like audit, you can choose audit, or you can choose performance management also. So I did not choose audit because after giving CA, I understood that is not my cup of tea. So I chose performance management, which again was a beautiful subject to learn. And I've taught that subject as well. So a great subject. And the other two papers as well, when it comes to business reporting and strategic business leadership, there's something more to learn into each of these subjects. And for a member, you need 3 years of work experience. So that usually you get, or you already have because you would have done your articleship. So there's one ethics module which you just need to basically it's like on screen they'll be giving, you don't have to appear for any exam after it. It's just an ethics module as a learning point that you need to cover to become a member.
Okay.
Any other questions or not on ACCA, or why you should do it, or any doubts, any confusion you have in mind?
No, ma'am.
Okay, cool. I can see other users as well. There's somebody with the name iPhone. Not sure if you want to give any background about yourself, if you can introduce.
Hello, yes, ma'am. I just want to know ACCA, like you said, and now I'm doing BCom. So I just want to. I started to join the accounting firm, so I didn't do anything. So I'm just listening for now. After
Okay,
I understand, I will continue or not. I will decide.
okay. If you
Yes.
can give me a background as to what you've studied, what is your educational qualification, what are you doing currently?
I completed LCCI and now I'm doing BCom third year.
Okay, understood.
Yes.
What do you know about ACCA?
Um, SCCA is like international certificate. I already know because I completed the LCCI, and then I think it's good for
Okay,
everybody. Yes.
okay, cool. Thank you. Others I can see CA Tusar Sangam. I can see there was one, two more which I could see. Rihat, Rishabh. Any questions? If you all have
Uh,
any specific questions related to ACC, I can address that.
yeah, hi, ma'am. My name is Tushar.
Yeah.
So I'm basically CA. I qualified in May 2022. So after that, I was working in a CA firm. Recently, currently I'm working working as an internal auditor
Hmm.
of a NBFC, NBFC.
Okay.
So, recent in current practice, so I'm getting some time That's why I want to devote some time to do additional certification or additional course.
Yeah.
So yeah, previously I have in mind, means I have in mind to do SCCA,
Hmm.
but as I'm getting sufficient time to read, so I want to pursue it. So actually, I want to know that how it will benefit. I have a CA degree, so
Yeah.
how it benefit? What is the scope? What is the opportunity I will get after being cleared to SCCA? If I have an additional degree of SCCA,
Yes.
what is the opportunity in India and what is outside India?
So for example, you said you already are in internal audit of an NBFC company. Now, audit
Ah,
at the same time, internal audit as a subject is also covered in ACCA's curriculum. So of course, you will
okay.
know about it, and because you're doing it practically, and if you want to continue in internal audit for your remaining part of your career as well, so
Mhm,
ACCA gives you better career opportunities in terms of there could be some MNCs who will focus, like if they see CA, of course that is a great degree to have, and
mhm,
you'll be no, if you want to continue in internal audit, of course internal audit is something which CA has also covered. But when you
mhm,
also do ACCA, if I see,
mhm,
for example, I take interviews as well in Kroll, I used to take interviews in Deloitte as well. It shows
mhm,
that towards finance, you are much more serious, that you also went for a degree which had global recognition, which also
mhm.
covers a topic which you are doing practically. So first of all,
Okay.
you get a edge over the other students in terms of practical experience which you are doing. So I will say if you're going for ACCA, aim for a rank, because
Mhm,
it really helps on your CV if you get a rank. You always, it's not about just for yourself to feel pride about, but just it helps
mhm,
when you go for interviews. You get a talking point, you get to speak something about yourself, and
mhm,
it helps you overall as an individual in terms of your communication skills, in terms of how you approach certain things as well. So it helped me in my work, though I was doing valuations in my articleship and in BDO also after getting qualified. After I did
mhm,
ACC, I observed the way I'm writing reports, the way I'm communicating with people, the confidence I got overall because I was doing a global degree.
mhm,
It just helped me grow better in my current role. At the same time, it opened up, for example, if I wanted to go into other, I chose valuations because that is what I've been doing since articleship and I really like what I'm doing. But for example,
mhm,
let's say if you want to shift from internal audit to other, maybe with a CA degree, it is becoming difficult. But if there are openings on ACCA portal or through other placement opportunities. ACCA, if they are looking, they basically ACCA's awareness has also spread a lot itself in India in the last 5 years. So there are
mhm,
specific drives that are happening for ACCA students, ACCA professionals as well. At the same time, outside India, the opportunities, if you go with a CA degree, you might need to do something more when you go to UK or when you go to Australia or New Zealand. But if you go
mhm,
with an ACCA degree, your chances
mhm,
of getting job are more because you have something which they recognize. So it helps, of course, in your current role if you want to continue in internal audit in the same company, or even if you want to change companies, if you go to a global MNC, usually they will understand what is an ACCA degree. It helps you to get better jobs as well. If you get
mhm,
really good marks, if you want to get a rank as well, so it will highlight your CV. At the
mhm,
same time, because I will see if I read your CV with a CA and ACCA, I will
mhm.
understand that this person is very focused towards what he's doing. He's into finance.
Ah,
He did another degree in finance. Um, though, and people ask this question in interview also, why did you go for ACC? And you can, the way I explained you, if you explain the same thing, it shows how serious you are towards that particular field and how much you want to upskill yourself, how much you place. Like for example, CA होके भी काम तो चल रहा था, but no, you
mhm,
decided to upskill yourself in terms of communication, in terms of overall better quality of work. If you want to give better quality of work, you chose to upskill yourself, so you stand out amongst the rest.
mhm, mhm, mhm. Now, how it will help in communicating better?
Communicating better because, for example, CA ka degree or audit, we used to read and we used to write the paper according to what typically the answers used to be. You know, our own drafting was not involved in our CA curriculum. Usually, we studied and uske hisab se we used to write the answer. In
Mhm,
ACCA, it's a case study based. questions first of all. So you need to still understand accounting standards, you still need to understand the concept, but वहाँ आपको कंपनी के बारे में बैकग्राउंड दिया होगा कि रिलायंस इज इनटू दिस कंपनी, रिलायंस इज इनटू दिस इंडस्ट्री, उसका ये सिचुएशन है, बोर्ड ऑफ डायरेक्टर्स का ये इश्यूज चल रहा है, हाउ यू एज एन ऑडिटर व्हाट थ्रेट्स डू यू आइडेंटिफाई. सो वो जो देन उसमें फिर कंसेप्ट तो याद रखने हैं, पर उसका एप्लीकेशन पे ज्यादा फोकस करते हैं वो लोग. दे ऑलवेज आर गिविंग मार्क्स ऑन व्हाट यू आर एबल टू थिंक एंड राइट इट, and usme bhi there are 20 marks. So for example SBL, it's a 100 marks paper. Out of 100 marks 20 marks are for specific skills जिसके लिए अलग से क्वेश्चन नहीं आ रहा, बट whatever answers we are going to write for the 80 marks उसमें ही वो लोग टेस्ट करने वाले हैं on how have you, what is your commercial acumen, on what is your communication skills, what are your analytical skills, वो सब पे ही टेस्ट करेंगे. सो स्टूडेंट्स देमसेल्फ नो कि हाँ 20 मार्क्स तो इसमें ही जा रहे हैं, सो दे विल नीड टू डेवलप. So for example, let's say commercial acumen क्या होता है? If you know the industry, you'll be able to give a little more about that industry. Let's say NBFC related question आया, you will know more, you'll be able to write better points. So that is what they are trying to say कि जब प्रोफेशनल इंटरव्यूज में जाते हो आप, या आप ऐसे भी लोगों के साथ ऑफिस में बात करते हो, अगर आपको पता नहीं चल रहा इकोनॉमी में क्या चल रहा है, बजट आ रहा है, यू डोंट नो अबाउट द बजट, या बजट आ गया उसके क्या इम्प्लीकेशंस होंगे इंडिया पे, वो सब चीजों का पता ही नहीं होगा, यू विल नॉट बी एबल टू ग्रो प्रोफेशनली इवन आफ्टर हैविंग अ डिग्री. सो ये सब चीजें ACCA पहले से देख रहा है. इट इज थिंकिंग अबाउट द नेक्स्ट 10 years of an accounting of the accounting profession on how things are going to be. You will not believe there are already topics like sustainability standards, there are already topic of cryptocurrencies, accounting at the same time, इसका implications क्या है decision making में. There are already topics about AI, blockchain, how technology is helping and what are the advantages, disadvantages. So basically they understand, and ये सब चीजें honestly मैं job पे भी कर रही हूँ. I recently made a report on how ESR or how sustainability is having an impact on valuations. सो ये सब चीजें कॉर्पोरेट में भी यही बातें चल रही है, वो लोग ने ऑलरेडी ये करिकुलम में इंक्लूड कर दिया. सो दीज आर द काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चन जो इंटरव्यूज में भी आपको पूछेंगे, जस्ट सो दैट वी कम टू नो एज इंटरव्यूअर्स कि आप लोग खाली बुक पढ़ रहे हो कि न्यूज़पेपर और इकोनॉमी के बारे में जानते हो या नहीं. सो द काइंड ऑफ क्वेश्चंस आर सच दैट आपको पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा. यू ऑल विल नीड टू रीड अबाउट द इकोनॉमी, व्हाट इज हैपनिंग नॉट जस्ट इन इंडिया बट वर्ल्ड वाइड. सो इट मेक्स यू मोर वेल read and that is why a better professional.
Great. So, like how the segregation is like theory and how the segregation between theory and practical.
So honestly, you can't say it is whether theory and practical. And honestly, this was the question which I also had when I was starting ACCA, because I was more of a practical kind of person. I like subjects like FM and FR, financial reporting, but I used to not like audit or law, for example.
Correct.
But this one, because it's a again case study based. So for example, भले leadership paper है, थियरी होगा उसमें, पर साथ में नंबर्स भी देंगे, दिया जाएगा, बिकॉज उसमें लिखा होगा कि ये फाइनेंशियल्स है कंपनी के, ये ऑब्जर्व कर रहे हैं हम लोग, व्हाट डू यू थिंक व्हाट टू बी डन इन दैट सिनेरियो. सो आई वोंट से इट्स theory, it's not even theory, it's not even practical, it's a combination of both in any of the subjects. Audit में भी थोड़ा theory है, थोड़ा practical है. Of course AFM और FR जैसे subject में ज्यादा practical लगता है क्योंकि उसमें numbers आ जाते हैं. But even the other subjects like APM, it has practical questions like costing जो अपना था उसके related थोड़े questions है, performance indicators related question है जो थोड़ा numbers वाला हो जाता है. SBL में it's a combination of both, more theory but again because it's a case study, so even if you are writing theory, वो theory लगता नहीं है उतना, the way we typically think about CA theories. यहाँ अपन एक स्टोरी बना रहे हैं, स्टोरी पढ़ रहे हैं और उसके हिसाब से अपना जजमेंट दे रहे, ओपिनियन दे रहे हैं, so वो थियोरी नहीं लगता. It's still interesting because it is as good as writing a report, the way you would be writing an internal audit report for your director to read and then finalize for your internal team. Similarly, you are doing something based on what the question demands.
So MCQ will be there, no?
MCQs प्रोफेशनल लेवल, इफ यू आर अ चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, प्रोफेशनल लेवल पेपर्स ही देने हैं, सो उसमें MCQs नहीं है.
MCQs, okay. So like if I write 4 paper each time one paper. So like if I'm clearing in 4 attempts, so can I get a rank for this, or will I have to give at once?
यू कैन, सो रैंक का सिस्टम ये होता है, फर्स्ट ऐसा नहीं है कि आपको 4 पेपर साथ में देना है. दैट इज वन द अदर एडवांटेज ऑफ ACCA. वो आपको फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी देता है, आपको एक साथ एक पेपर देना है कि इफ यू वांट टू गिव 2 पेपर्स और इफ यू वांट टू गिव ऑल 4 पेपर्स, यू कैन डू एनीथिंग. They'll give you a rank if you clear it in the first attempt and you score the maximum. So
Okay.
that is how the rank works. So of
So,
course, I'm sure
so,
you'll be able to clear in first attempt after proper coaching and after studying. You should also aim for getting the highest marks.
हाँ 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 सो मैंने each अटेम्प्ट में फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट each पेपर फर्स्ट अटेम्प्ट में ही क्लियर कर लिया और अच्छा मार्क भी रख लिया, तो फिर कैसे कैलकुलेट होगा, मतलब लास्ट में देखेंगे या?
हाँ, तो वो लोग लास्ट में आपका एवरेज मार्क्स कैलकुलेट करेंगे, 4 सब्जेक्ट का मिलके कितना होगा. एट द सेम टाइम हर सब्जेक्ट के भी मार्क्स रैंक होते हैं. सो फॉर एग्जांपल आई गॉट AFM एक सब्जेक्ट में रैंक. आई मिस द रैंक ऑन SBR बाय 1 मार्क, बट एज एन अफिलिएट में क्या किया उन्होंने, चारों सब्जेक्ट्स का एवरेज कैलकुलेट किया एंड देन दे कंपेयर्ड विद द अदर स्टूडेंट्स एंड उसमें मेरा हाईएस्ट था. तो देन आई गॉट
अच्छा.
एज एन अफिलिएट आल्सो रैंक. So I got 2 ranks, one for a subject and one as an overall affiliate.
Great, great, great. Yeah, that's it for my side.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. One more thing I want to cover. You can manage it with your job. The way you said कि अभी आपके पास थोड़ा time है, because वो एक पेपर देना होता है तो flexibility होता है, weekend को पढ़ लिया, 1 or 2 hours weekdays को कर लिया. So even I studied when I was working. In fact, I was also, after I cleared first paper, I was after I got a rank, I also started teaching. So I was able to study, teach, and work on the weekdays. And still it was possible because of the flexibility the course has given.
तो आपने कैसे दिया था, मतलब 2 पेपर दिए थे या कैसे?
मैंने एक ही दिया था वैल्यूएशंस में, बिकॉज इट बिकम्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट और लीव्स नहीं मिलता था ऑनेस्टली इतना ज्यादा. सो इट वाज बेटर फॉर मी टू गिव 1 पेपर एट अ टाइम एंड देयर वाज नो हार्श डेडलाइन फॉर मी दैट एक साल में फिनिश करना है या वो. बट एटलीस्ट आई वांटेड टू, आई नेवर स्किप्ड एन अटेम्प्ट. एक क्वार्टर में दिया एक पेपर, सो विद माय ओन पेस एंड आई वाज वेरी कंफर्टेबल विद इट. बट इट इज ऑन यू हाउ यू वांट टू डू.
So after CA you started only, or means you wait for something?
After CA only I started. So I cleared my CA in May 17. I think I started ACCA by October 17. So the first paper I gave was December 17 wala attempt. And it comes 4 quarters in a year. So it is that, मतलब जैसे CA का कैसे 6 months का break हो जाता है, इसमें 4 quarters in a year.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem. Rishabh or Rihat, if you have any questions for me.
मैम मेरी वॉइस क्लियर है फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल?
Yeah, you're audible and your voice is clear.
ओके. सो मतलब आपके टाइम पे आपको एक सब्जेक्ट कवर करने में ऑलमोस्ट कितना टाइम लगा था?
टाइम कितना लगा? Honestly, it depends on the background that you have. So are you also a chartered accountant or you've become, or I just want to understand your background so that I can give you a better estimate.
Okay. मैम मैं बीकॉम ग्रेजुएट हूँ फर्स्टली.
Okay.
सेकेंडली मैं भी सीए फर्म में काम कर रहा हूँ.
Okay, you have working experience. I will say, so for example, if I'm teaching, I take around 80 to 90 hours for teaching a particular one subject, and then it depends on your self study and your exam kit. So overall, just giving a very broad.
मैम एक्चुअली वेट.
Sorry, Rishabh, you were saying something? Hello, can you? Are you able to?
I'm sorry, it was just some. Sorry.
No worries. So I was just saying somewhere between 150 200 hours, but again it depends from person to person. Number of hours से कभी that is what I tell my students also. It is not कि आपको every day 12 hours बैठ के पढ़ना है. Even if you are studying 5 hours in a day, but वो effective आपने proper concentration and with focus से किया, your output will be more than what you would study in 12 hours if your 12 hours are distracted. So I will not say number of hours as a measure to see whether you are how many hours to put in a particular subject. It is more effort and efficiently आप पढ़ रहे हो या नहीं without any disturbances, and the right way of learning as well. So I'm sure with Mentor Me you will be having proper guidance, proper coaching, who will be able to guide you on how to study, and how to study smartly as well. Hard work to sab karte hai. Something which we'll teach you is how to work smartly as well, which topics to focus more on, where you can expect questions, how to how to tackle a particular problem the way it has been given in a question.
ओके। सेकेंडली कि जो एग्जाम क्वेश्चन पेपर होता है
Mm-hmm.
वो पूरा ऑब्जेक्टिव होता है, हाफ सब्जेक्टिव होता है, एंड व्हाट एल्स लाइक?
So इसमें MCQs नहीं है. If you mean objectives से MCQs
या
नहीं है. It's all case study based. If it is professional level paper. After BCom graduation, I think there will be many papers that are exempt. So there are 13 papers in total, divided in 3 levels: skill level, knowledge level, and professional level. So depending on what qualifications you already have, Mentor Me's team, you can maybe ask them specifically that these are the degrees you have, which exemptions you already have, and what will be the remaining papers that you need to appear for. So professional level papers 4 to देने ही होंगे for any degree that you have, even if you have a CA degree. There could be 1 or 2 paper more for a BCom graduate. They basically just compare कि कौन से subjects are already covered in your graduation or whatever degree you have. So वो subject वापस पढ़ने का need नहीं है. That is why they exempt you from those subjects. But professional level, because they are asking case study based and they are making you ready for corporate, they will want to test you irrespective. So 4 professional level papers तो होंगे. 1 और 2 पेपर शायद आपके लिए और एक्स्ट्रा होंगे.
ओके। मैंने रिसेंटली मैंने बीकॉम ग्रेजुएशन करी है 2023 में, सो आई एम एक्सपेक्टिंग कि मैं जाऊंगा डायरेक्ट अप्लाइड स्किल्स वाले लेवल पे।
हाँ.
बाय मतलब मैं अप्लाइड नॉलेज वाले लेवल को स्किप कर जाऊंगा क्योंकि मेरे पास बीकॉम डिग्री है।
हाँ, skills में भी आपके कोई subjects already you will get exempt from. So maybe you can connect with Radhika. Will you be able to help Rishabh just in terms of which subjects he exempt from?
Definitely, Rishabh. We can connect in person, but for now, your total 5 papers will be exempted. Initial 5 papers. So three
दैट
from
इंक्लूड
knowledge level and 2 from skill level.
ओके 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 ओके।
Okay. Rest, which are the exact subject and which subject you have to appear for, we can discuss in person after the session.
ओके डेफिनेटली या।
Done.
Who else do we have online? Rihat?
हेलो मैम, ऋषभ
Yeah.
अगेन।
Yeah, Rishabh.
मैम मैं ना एक्चुअली इस कोर्स के बाद मैंने सेलेक्ट तो काफ़ी टाइम पहले कर लिया था, बट ड्यू टू अ प्रोजेक्ट मैं इस टाइम पे करंटली आई एम इन पुणे।
Mm-hmm.
सो मैं जस्ट मैं डीप डीप डाइव मारने का ट्राई कर रहा था थ्रू यूट्यूब। मतलब मैं थोड़ा ट्राई कर रहा था कि ACCA की पढ़ाई स्टार्ट कर दूं यूट्यूब के थ्रू, इंस्टेड ऑफ कि किसी इंस्टीट्यूशन की हेल्प लूं, बिकॉज मैं कमिटमेंट नहीं दे सकता करंटली क्योंकि मैं मतलब दिल्ली रहता हूँ एंड पुणे काम से आया हूँ कुछ टेम्परेरी बेसिस के लिए। सो मुझे अभी जो फेस कर रहा हूँ मैं चीज कि जो टैक्स वाला है उसमें 2 होते हैं इस टाइम। मैं जिस लेवल पे हूँ
Mm-hmm.
स्किल्स लेवल पे, उसमें टैक्सेशन वाला सब्जेक्ट है, राइट?
Hmm.
इसमें हमको चॉइस मिलती है ग्लोबल और यूके ओनली।
Yeah.
या सो मतलब उसमें एक्चुअली यूट्यूब पे कहीं पे ग्लोबल वाला है ही नहीं, ऐसा मुझे लग रहा है। जब भी मैंने सर्च किया हमेशा यूके का है ओनली।
Yeah.
सो मतलब आके वो कोई चैनल है या कोई जहाँ से मैं थोड़ा देख सकूं ग्लोबल वगैरह के बारे में?
So I don't have my own channel, but Radhika, so
Yeah.
yeah,
So,
Radhika, if you want to add something.
Rishabh, just for my understanding, you said that you're looking out for lectures on YouTube, right? And
या
you want us to help you with some link or some sessions which you can watch on YouTube. Is it am I getting it right?
या if it's your own or maybe someone else, you can give me suggestion of, like
What do you want, like the subject-wise lectures, or you just want to learn more about ACCA through YouTube?
both.
So if you want to learn more about ACCA, you can ask Jigna ma'am whatever queries you have. If you're looking for, like, say, from a training perspective, then we do provide the lectures through online medium, but that is like internal. It will be through Zoom and not on
Okay.
YouTube.
Okay. 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 Okay.
I hope that
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so
That
resolves your
clears
query.
my. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh,
Yes. It does.
that. Over to you, Jigna.
Yeah. Was just looking if anybody else has any questions specifically. Uh, Muan, I have not heard from you. Muan, Rihat, if you have any specific questions. Ayush.
Hello.
Yeah.
So can you get study material and SSC website? Any study material as materials PDF are there?
Yes, so there are study material which so ACCA doesn't have its own study material as such, but usually there are two, three, or three publishers that typically give the ACCA curriculum, and there will be some study material that will be provided by Mentor Me as well for you to
Mm-hmm.
study. On the ACCA portal, you can get a brief overview about each subject where they give a detailed index that high level पे which topics are going to get covered and what kind of questions or how the exam structure is going to be like. So for example, if it is 100 marks, how many questions will be there, how many marks will be there, how the marks will be allocated, things like that you'll be able to see in ACCA's portal itself.
What are the topics involved in particular subject that we can see?
Yes, that you'll be able to see there. And if you want
Uh,
to see broadly how many topics you know, you'll be able to see from there. But again, the questioning is different. So even if, for example, accounting standards, of course, you would have studied in CA. So those
uh,
topics will again be there. For example, revenue recognition,
uh,
consolidation, everything. But उसको जो हिसाब से पूछते हैं, that is different from how CA curriculum में पूछते हैं.
okay. Any past exam papers will be there?
That is there in exam kit.
So
So there are, yeah, Radhika, carry on.
I would like to like add it to your curriculum query, Tushar. So first
Mm-hmm.
of all, ACCA doesn't provide it, but MentorMe does. So
Mm-hmm.
after your every lectures, we'll be providing you with one test paper for your practice for every chapter. Once
Mm-hmm.
your curriculum is done, then we will be providing you the test series that will be and then mock papers. So these will be provided from MentorMe with one LMS access, Learning Management System access. You will have
Mm-hmm.
you can access to every material in soft copy and the test paper series. You will have an unlimited access to it.
Mm-hmm.
So that
No, just
will be
before entering into it, just to have an idea of what are there, what are the topics are there, what are the content in it. That's why I was asking.
so I can help you
And
with
what type
that.
of question are asked, like that.
So what type of questions are asked that Jigna ma'am would help you with? As long as you want to see, let's say, index of every subject,
Mm-hmm.
that I can share a picture from a Kaplan book, Jigna ma'am. I guess that
Yeah,
would be helpful.
from
Yeah,
Kaplan. Yeah, and again from
Kaplan I can
Kaplan
share.
only you'll be able to give the practice kit or any of the past question, one paper, one question basically, so that just to get an understanding on how the questions are asked.
So if you register for SCCA, they will provide some study material or how it is?
No, so usually you yourself need, so the way there is Kaplan, one of the publisher, there is BPP as well. So it depends on you, it depends on the coaching institute, it depends on the tutor,
Okay.
which publisher or which book they are comfortable with. So ACCA
And
does not
Tushar,
have its own study material as such.
so
Mm-hmm.
we do provide you the LMS access. In addition to that, as we are a learning partner with ACCA, there are very few institutions who are learning partners. So they get a certain access. It is my ACCA. So they'll be providing it to you later.
Okay. Okay.
So you'll get
Fine.
it. If you're going through us, you'll get the
Mm.
portal from ACCA as well.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
Cool. Ria has also joined. I can just see if there are any more questions that needs to be answered in terms of what is ACCA, why should one go for it, any topics if you have, any questions if you have for me, Ria.
Hello.
Yeah, Anil.
Ma'am, which is a publication that your institute will be following for ACCA course?
So it depends from tutor to tutor, honestly. It could be Kaplan, BPP, or it could be something else. Yeah.
So, from mentor me, if you're asking, the majority will be, I guess, referring Kaplan because that's a more relevant one, and that's, I guess, easy in terms of syllabus bifurcation and everything. And yes, we'll be adding the best of every publication in our
Okay.
curriculum or our access. So that will be done. That is our job.
Okay. And one more doubt I have.
Yes.
So in this ACCA course, we can complete paper by paper, right?
Yeah, so you can complete paper by paper at the same time. If you want to give few papers together, you can do that as well. It depends on you on how many papers you want to give at once.
Okay. So, suppose, for example, if I'm preparing for one paper, the coaching will be provided for only one particular paper or for whole skill level, or how it will be, ma'am?
I would like to take this, Jigna. So your enrollment or will be for the whole level. So let's say if
Okay.
you want to go for skill level, it will be for skill level, but the training would happen paper wise. So if you are
Okay.
starting with financial management, we'll be covering financial management only so that you will be focused on that particular subject. We'll be
Okay.
taking care of the mocks and everything for that subject. And once our mentor feels like you're prepared for the attempt, then we'll schedule your attempt for that particular paper, you clear it, and then we'll move ahead with the next subject. So that
Oh,
you will be able to manage your job, your college, and alongside you can do the ACCA.
okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that is clear, ma'am.
Done. Over to you, Jigna.
And
Yes, Anil, you were saying something, please.
yeah, yeah. No, I want to get the course details, ma'am, because I joined little late to the group.
Uh,
Uh,
no problem, Anil. We can discuss in person after that, or maybe tomorrow, and we can have a word in detail about it. That's not a problem at all.
okay, okay.
But if you have any curriculum or ACCA related queries for Jigna ma'am, she'll be happy to, I guess, answer for that.
Yes, yes, definitely.
Yeah. As of now, I do not. Thank
Okay.
you.
What is your background, Anil? Have you
I
done your
have
become
done my
graduation?
BCom and MCom,
Okay.
and currently I have around 12 years of experience.
Wow. Where are you
Uh,
working? Which department?
it is a finance and accounts field I'm working.
Okay, okay. Got it.
So will that be considered for 3 years internship, or
Yes,
how?
yes, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, actually, one of my friend was saying that we have to work in only Big Four, then only that will be considered. Otherwise, the experience will not be considered. That's what he was telling.
No,
So
no.
I
If
got a doubt.
ACCA does that, I think there'll be a legal suit against the body of promoting only Big Four. That is not something which ACCA thinks also. So even in the curriculum itself, you will see that it is not just Big Fours that could be your possible employers. It could be consultancy firms. It could be the other mid-size CA firms as well. So you can get that experience from anyone, anywhere, anything related to finance is what they look for.
Okay, okay, okay. Yeah,
Cool.
thank you.
If there are no other questions, I can cover a small topic, which is a part of financial reporting, whether it is skill level financial reporting or even if it is professional level financial reporting. Something which you guys would have already heard about maybe in BCom or CA, but we can discuss about that topic. It's relating to goodwill and intangible assets. But I will just want a final confirmation of no more questions from anyone when it comes to ACCA, because it's very important. If you, for example, Anil cleared his myth about whether the work experience he has will be qualified for, which will be qualified to be considered in ACCA as well. If you have any questions, anything that is bothering you, that how ACCA is going to help, it could be as basic as it could be, and you can ask me right now, or even if you want to ask after the lecture at some point, any time after you're thinking and you've researched, you can ask Radhika or me, and we'll be happy to help.
मैम आई डू हैव वन।
Yeah.
मैम जैसे सीए जो जैसे सीए क्लियर कर लिया उसके बाद क्या होता है, डिफरेंट डिफरेंट अमेंडमेंट्स आते रहते हैं एंड उन सबको अडॉप्ट करना पड़ता है हमें, फिर मतलब हमें तो नहीं, मुझे नहीं, जैसे सीएस को करना पड़ता है। तो
हाँ.
ईसीसी में भी सेम ऑफ कोर्स होता ही होगा। तो मैम ये मतलब उनमें कुछ ऐसा पर्टिकुलर, मतलब मैंने सुना था कहीं अफवाह शायद कि वहाँ पे मतलब अमेंडमेंट्स के रिगार्डिंग कुछ ऐसा होता है कि वो रेगुलर बेसिस पे आते रहते हैं चेंजेस या कुछ?
In your curriculum, you're asking, or after you are an ACCA qualified, there will be still
आफ्टर,
amendments after?
within or after, because evenly my friend is doing CA, he told me that मतलब अगर आप कर रहे हो सीए एंड तो उसमें अगर बिफोर 6 मंथ्स कोई चेंज आता है तो
हाँ.
वो चेंज आपको सब्जेक्ट में इंक्लूड करके फिर हो सकता है उसके रिगार्डिंग क्वेश्चन आपके एग्जाम में भी आ जाए।
Yes.
इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग, प्लीज
Yeah.
करेक्ट मी।
हाँ, सो सिमिलर टू दैट ACCA में भी जो चेंजेस है वो कंटिन्यूसली होते रहते हैं. So for example, every quarter there will be another update to the book also, which will be valid for particular quarters. And they will also give, and even if you see ACCA's portal itself, so they have their own login. It is very beautiful when it comes to user friendly है. उसमें एक ही portal पे with your login and password, you'll be able to see everything, right from what fees you've paid, what are the certificates, which exams you've cleared. There will also be a session portal, a learning session portal within ACCA, जहाँ वो लोग practice questions देते हैं for each subject, like chapter wise. They also give practice kit, like अगर आप exam setup में रहोगे and how to give that exam. With that exam conditions वाला practice भी कर सकते हो आप उस पे. There will be past questions. So, and again, even while you are doing ACCA, the things which I mentioned towards the start, they've already covered topics like sustainability. They've already covered topics like AI, automation, technology, cryptocurrencies, initial coin offerings in their syllabus currently. So that is how advanced they are, because I'll give you some names of ACCA heads which are literally traveling all around the globe to understand, and they're meeting corporates, they're meeting big professionals to understand what do you need and what is the talk of the hour, what is the topic which right now we need the professionals to understand, and that continuously वो लोग हमेशा अपना syllabus भी उसके according update करेंगे. Right now AI is in focus, maybe 2 years down it could be something else. When COVID was in focus, they were introducing questions involving COVID as well. So based on environment, of course उनका main constant syllabus तो रहेगा कि ये जो accounting standards है या ये जो उनका content है, but they keep on adding at the same time. If there is something which is not relevant, they'll remove that portion as well.
ओके ओके। एंड जैसे अभी अनिल सर ने हमें जो क्वेश्चन पूछा था मैं उसको थोड़ा एक्सटेंड करूंगा कि व्हाट इफ कि किसी को 1 साल से ज्यादा का टाइम लग जाए खाली एक लेवल पे ही।
हाँ.
सो मतलब उसके बाद भी आपके लाइव क्लासेस का एंड रिकॉर्डेड क्लासेस का एक्सेस रहेगा या मतलब रिन्यू काइंड ऑफ होता है कुछ?
तो सी रिकॉर्डेड क्लासेस का एक्सेस आपको तब तक रहेगा जब तक आप क्लियर नहीं करते हो, and Mentor.me particularly gives you an assurance of clearing. So until and unless you are not clear, we are supposed to give you the assistance. So
Irrespective of
that
how
commitment is
many
there.
attempts does it
Sorry.
take to clear?
That really doesn't matter.
Okay. Yeah.
because
I
the
was going to
preparation
say.
will be in a way that नहीं लगना चाहिए. और दूसरा, we are gonna conduct your mock papers, right? So at the time of mock papers only, we'll get an idea whether you're gonna clear it or not. So if you're scoring, let's say 70, 80 at the time of your mock papers, we'll get an idea, okay, you're ready for it and you can go ahead. If let's say at the time of mock paper only you're scoring 50, 55, which is like on the border, then we as a mentor will suggest you don't appear for this attempt. Prepare for next month. So in that way we can save a little money, rather little pounds of yours.
Yeah,
So
well,
that assistance will be there.
that what matters to us also, na.
Yeah.
So that's
Because paying in rupees doesn't hurt, but paying in pounds does.
it hurts.
So we
Sorry for that.
understand that. No problem. Yeah, and additionally, if yeah, are there any other doubts, guys? Okay. If not, then we can move ahead. And the idea behind today's session to just get a brief or a hint of how the syllabus will be taught to you through live lectures. So I would like to request Jigna ma'am if she has at least 10-15 minutes more. So if we can cover a simple topic from ACCA so that everyone will get an idea what they are getting into and how it's going to be.
Sure, very more than happy to do that. Just a request before I start, it has to be again interactive one. People who can switch on their videos, please do so. Because as a tutor or even as it becomes very difficult to understand sitting in an online medium. Even with videos on becomes difficult, but at least with videos on, I can get some hint whether you've understood it. I will understand whether I should speak about a particular topic more or less, depending on your expressions. So if you all can switch on the video and let's just make little more interactive. I think we are with each other in terms of understanding our background since last 1 hour. We've breaking the ice ho gaya hai. I think everybody is in a way comfortable with the kind of setup it is also. So people who can switch on their videos will be very helpful. And secondly, just make it interactive. It's going to be a safe environment. You all can speak about your questions. You all can give answers. There's nothing going to be right or wrong. So
And everyone understands it's a Sunday. So
hmm.
everyone will be somewhere or like at their home chilling. So whichever background it is, we really don't mind.
Cool. So the topic that we're going to study is goodwill accounting, or rather intangible assets as well. Before we start, just some normal questions. Do you all know what are mergers and acquisitions or any transactions recently you all know in India or globally? M&As क्या होता है? Any deals you all know? किसने किसको acquire किया हो recently?
Yeah, the mergers are nothing but one company is merging with another company, and
Hmm.
that is what I understood.
Okay. So one company is merging or one company is acquiring other company.
Yeah, acquiring. Correct.
Yeah. Any deals you all are aware of recently market में क्या deals हुए हैं? Deals is basically this merger acquisition. It's also called a deal. So ये transactions या ये deals या ये कोई merger acquisitions के बारे में आप जानते हो?
No, I'm not sure about it.
I'm sure पता होगा. If I start giving examples, you all will be like हाँ ये पता था.
रिसेंटली आई गेस अभी स्विगी या इंस्टा में से किसी का आया है, किसी ने परचेज करा इसको. आई एम नॉट वेल
Swiggy
अवेयर
का
ऑफ
हुआ
इट.
है transaction. Okay. Anyone else? रिलायंस रिटेल सुना होगा कंपनी. रिलायंस का फर्स्ट सुना होगा, उसका रिटेल डिवीजन देव अक्वायर्ड एडे ममा. Okay. Saregama has acquired some stake in Pocket Aces. many examples. Swiggy, Insta. I'm just even I know there has been a deal. I'm just seeing what was Swiggy's deal. I think it has acquired Link as well. Swiggy has acquired Link Logistics, one of a leading company when it comes to logistics, and of course, it will help Swiggy overall being as its partner in the whole service delivery it is. So, what we are going to study today is when these mergers and acquisitions happen, उसका impact क्या होता है books में, and specifically relating to goodwill and intangible assets. So, for example, let's say, and we'll continue, we'll take an easy example for everybody to be able to connect. Have you all heard about DMart? DMart, किसी को उसका लीगल नेम पता है यहाँ? DMart उसका ब्रांड नेम है. लीगल नेम किसी को पता है? इट्स अ लिस्टेड कंपनी बाय द वे. Ayush, Mohan, Tushar, anyone? So उसका legal name is Avenue Supermarts Limited. It's a listed company on NSE and BSE. You'll be able to see it on NSE, BSE as well. उसकी website पे आपको काफी information मिलेगा on investor relations. So let's say DMart ने कोई एक छोटा company similar to what it does, एक छोटा grocery retail chain acquire किया है. Now, when they acquire, whenever the acquisition is done, and speaking on accounting standard, IFRS 3 will come in picture. Ki one company, let's say DMart, is acquiring another smaller company, and then they will need to consolidate its book. But before the consolidation, step one, day one accounting क्या होगा? डीमार्ट को अपने बुक्स में whatever the target company is उसको अपने बुक्स में लेना होगा. So let's say it's a smaller retail chain similar to DMart, but it has presence in 150 cities in India. Um, it is also into the same business as DMart is, which is offering retail, having retail stores, offering FMCG products, being able to, and also it also has a platform, let's say similar to DMart. जैसे DMart के पास DMart Ready है, similar platform उसके पास भी है. So when such kind of companies it is getting acquired in DMART books, वैसे आप usually intangible assets को you are not able to record in your own books. So for example, जब अगर आपकी भले आपके बुक में ब्रांड आपका कंपनी का ब्रांड होगा, but you will not be able to have asset category as brand which is internally generated, which is not, and the reason it is not allowed in the accounting, through accounting, to value or to record any internally generated assets. बिकॉज ऐसे तो अगर ऐसे अलाउ कर लिया इंटरनली जनरेटेड इंटेंजिबल असेट्स को रिकॉर्ड करना, so everybody will start inflating their books with some valuation that they have technology, they have brand, you know, assets को easily या accounts को easily manipulate कर सकते हैं. That's why internally generation allowed नहीं होता है. But when acquisition होता है या merger होता है, ऐसा deal होता है, a business combination होता है, which is acceptable by the definition of IFRS 3, अगर कुछ ऐसा होता है, you will be able to generate, you'll be able to record these intangibles. So what are intangible assets? Something tangible assets क्या होगा? Let's say DMart ही है, DMart को अगर acquire किया, DMart का tangible assets क्या होगा?
की machines जो like जब लोग लाइन में लगते हैं उनकी billing machines I guess.
बिलिंग मशीन होगा उसका वन ऑफ द असेट. लेट्स से
Showcase
उसने
it.
लैंड लिया होगा, उसका खुद का लैंड है, सो दैट विल बी वन ऑफ द असेट व्हिच दे विल हैव. उसका जो बिल्डिंग है, ऑफिसेज होंगे, हेड ऑफिस होंगे, दैट विल बी इट्स टैंजिबल असेट्स. जो फर्नीचर फिक्सचर आप देखते होंगे जब आप स्टोर्स में जाते हो, एवरीथिंग विल बी टैंजिबल. आपको बेसिकली दिख रहा है वो असेट है, इट इज ब्रिंगिंग बेनिफिट टू द कंपनी, इकोनॉमिक बेनिफिट्स मिल रहा है वो असेट को यूज करके to deliver the kind of products and services it is delivering. So that is why it is an asset in the first place, and because you are able to see and to say long term benefit milta hai company ko, that's why it's a tangible asset. Now what are intangible assets? Exactly opposite of tangible. You can't see them, but you understand that is present. So any intangible assets that you can think for DMart, for example?
Brand name, value name, goodwill.
Brand,
Goodwill.
good. Anil, what did you say? Goodwill.
Goodwill.
Goodwill, yes. What do you mean by goodwill? Just layman में goodwill क्या होता है?
Goodwill means it is like we pay for brand.
अब अपन बोलते हैं कंपनी का गुडविल काफी अच्छा है, उसका रेप्यूटेशन समवेयर.
Yeah.
We'll come to how it is valued when it comes to IFRS 3, but just in general giving you some nomenclature like goodwill, brand, and a setup like DMart. What they are doing essentially is वो लोग हर supplier से अलग-अलग they are displaying products from different suppliers, different manufacturers, different distributors. So उनके products वो अपने display में कर रहे हैं and the customers are coming to them. There is also a membership card, for example, they would have, the customers can have for DMart. So they are having database of their customers as well. So as an intangible, the other, of course, brand is one major intangible asset for a company like DMart, because everybody here, for example, we might be from different cities in India, but we know what DMart is. Yeah, similar जो दूसरे chains थे, for example, Big Bazaar. Now it is gone into proceedings and the company is shut down. But when Big Bazaar was there, people knew what is Big Bazaar. Why? Because the name, the trade name, people are able to recall the name of the brand. So that is brand name की company को जानते हैं लोग. The company is popular and especially because the consumer facing या FMCG products sell करते हैं. So all the more important कि वो industry में people should be aware of a brand, the name of the brand which the company operates in. So brand is one. The other could be something like distributor relationships या dealers के साथ वो जो deal करते हैं. So जो relationship उसके साथ है, whether that could be one of the intangible asset. फिर डीमार्ट रेडी एक टेक्नोलॉजी, एक ऐप है, उसका एक वेबसाइट है. सो मे बी इफ दैट कुड बी वन ऑफ द इंटेंजिबल एसेट. व्हाई आई एम सेइंग इट कुड बी, बिकॉज वो पहले देखेंगे कि ये इंटेंजिबल एसेट का वैल्यू कुछ मटेरियल भी होगा या नहीं, वेदर इट्स सो बाय डेफिनेशन देयर आर सर्टेन क्राइटेरियाज, सेपरेटेबिलिटी जैसे क्राइटेरिया होता है. सो बिफोर डीप डाइविंग दैट इज इनटू इंटेंजिबल एसेट्स, but just focusing on what goodwill or what IFRS 3 business combination is, I'll share my screen and just an Excel, basic Excel, which we can study. Let me know once you all are able to see the screen. It's just an Excel and I'll start working on it. You all are able to see the screen?
Yes, we are able to see
Yeah.
it.
So let's say you've acquired or somebody has acquired DMart for 100 crores. So your purchase price or your purchase consideration is 100 crores. So 100 crores आपने 100% acquire किया है DMart को. Now this 100 crores, what whoever has purchased DMart will, वो 100 crores क्या क्या चीजों के लिए पे किया होगा उसके सामने we'll find out what will be the things that they paid that 100 crores for. So let's say उसका land खुद का है, buildings है. So I'll just put land and buildings. Then दूसरे tangible assets होंगे, furniture, fixture होगा, working capital होगा कंपनी का, that will be taken over by whoever is the acquirer of DMart. So it could be, let's say 10 crores is land and building, tangible assets is another 10, working capital is 5. So all of these are all tangible and you'll be able to see. जब आप ये अकाउंटिंग कर रहे हो, जब आप एक्विजिशन कर रहे हो, IFRS 3 आपको सामने से अलाउ करता है कि कुछ इंटेंजिबल है तो अभी रिकॉर्ड कर लो, बिकॉज इंटरनली जनरेटेड तो आप रिकॉर्ड कर नहीं सकते हो. सो इंटरनली जनरेटेड, बिकॉज वो अगर डीमार्ट है तो फॉर एग्जाम्पल ब्रांड, आप वैल्यू करोगे ब्रांड को एंड यू विल हायर पीपल लाइक वैल्यूएशन स्पेशलिस्ट टू वैल्यू ब्रांड, बिकॉज अकाउंटिंग में नहीं बताया है कि इसको कौन से कैसे वैल्यू करना है, तो स्पेसिफिकली वैल्यूएशन स्पेशलिस्ट होता है ये चीज के लिए. So let's say वो ब्रांड का वैल्यू आया around 6 crores. I'm just making up numbers. Then there are other intangible assets also, not very substantial, but जिसका भी around 8 crores आ रहा है. And then if you add all of these assets, it comes to around 40 crores, around 39-40 crores roughly. So 100 crores आपने पे किया, पर उसके सामने if you are looking at, and ये सब चीज फेयर वैल्यू पे होता है. तो लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग भले बुक्स में होगा 6 crores का, उसका वापस से फेयर वैल्यू होगा कौन से डेट पे जब वो कंपनी अक्वायर हो रहा है एट फेयर वैल्यू, जहाँ वैल्यूएशन स्पेशलिस्ट उसमें लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग के लिए स्पेसिफिक रियल एस्टेट वैल्यूएशन होगा कि व्हाट इज द वर्थ ऑफ द लैंड एट दिस डेट बेस्ड ऑन द इकोनॉमिक सिनेरियो, बेस्ड ऑन मार्केट कंडीशंस, व्हाट इज द वैल्यू. सो हर एक का फेयर वैल्यू होके 39 आया. What will be goodwill? Goodwill will be whatever is paid over and above these tangible and intangible assets. So 100 minus 39, जो भी remaining figure या balancing figure होगा, that is goodwill. Goodwill in क्या होता है basically? If I explain in very layman's terms, goodwill is कि why somebody would have paid extra for the company it has more than the tangible and intangible benefits, because people are coming to DMart because it has created that reputation for itself. It has created that uh, again an intangible thing that people will want to go to that company. It has good corporate governance. People are happy with the management of the company. Customers are happy with the service it has been offering. So everything counts into which builds the company's reputation, and that's why it is building goodwill for itself. So and that is why as an acquirer they've paid a premium over whatever was the fair value of these land, buildings, or the intangible assets. So that extra or the extra premium जो पे किया है उसको गुडविल बोलते हैं. So that ये डे जीरो अकाउंटिंग हो गया जब भी एक्विजिशन हुआ कि डे जीरो पे ये अकाउंटिंग करेंगे. फिर नेक्स्ट ईयर क्या होगा? अगेन देयर विल बी सर्टेन मोर अकाउंटिंग स्टैंडर्ड्स दैट विल कम इनटू प्लेस. पहले तो देन यू विल स्टार्ट, लैंड एंड बिल्डिंग है तो उसका डेप्रिसिएशन होगा, टैंजिबल एसेट्स है तो उसका डेप्रिसिएशन होगा, brand है, intangible asset है, so similar to depreciation there will be amortization over its useful life. other intangible assets का भी amortization होगा. goodwill होगा, उसका depreciation या amortization नहीं हो सकता because that is not goodwill. You can't say it's for a specific number of years. that is why उसका एक अलग concept आता है which is impairment, which is another accounting standard again. So just covered a very brief topic over here that what is goodwill. When does goodwill come in picture? That is usually in M&As. So IFRS 3 में ये बोला है कि this is how you should be accounting for business combinations. So IFRS 3 का एक छोटा सा topic अपन ने कि goodwill क्या होता है, that is what we covered today. It's usually there in business and combinations. And because of and ये वाला topic, for example, it will come into different other accounting standard also. For example, consolidation करोगे तभी भी आपको जो आपने एक्विजिशंस किए वो वाले बुक्स को आपको मर्ज करना पड़ेगा इन योर होल्डिंग कंपनी. सो अगेन ये गुडविल वाला पार्ट तभी भी आएगा. this it's an integral topic, whether it is financial reporting, whether it is advanced financial reporting या strategic business reporting कर दो, बोल दो उसको goodwill. ये जो basic concept है कि what is goodwill is what I wanted to cover here. Any questions? इतना समझा?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Any questions, Tushar? I got a confirmation from Rishabh, Anil. Cool. So in now just adding ACCA on how ACCA will question. So ACCA में basic level पे they might ask you to calculate goodwill, and हर एक का case दिया होगा कि this company got acquired at this value. This is the book value of land and building and this is the fair value. So you should know कि अच्छा IFRS 3 है तो fair value of land and building लेना है. There could be, and then पूछा है कि अच्छा goodwill है, what does that indicate? फिर आपको वो केस स्टडी बेस पे आपको केस के बारे, आपको कंपनी के बारे में बैकग्राउंड भी दिया जाएगा कि ये कंपनी इतने साल से ऑपरेट कर रहा है, दिस इज हाउ व्हाट दिस कस्टमर्स ये कंपनी के बारे में ये सोचते थे, सप्लायर्स स्टेक होल्डर्स के साथ उसके ये रिलेशंस है, व्हाट इज गुडविल पेड फॉर. एंड अदर रीजन व्हाट गुडविल इज रियली पेड फॉर इज ये जो होगा ये फॉर एग्जाम्पल डीमार्ट को अक्वायर किया कोई दूसरे बड़े कंपनी ने, वो लोग वो भी सोचेंगे कि ये कंपनी मेरे इसमें ऐड कर दूंगी. इफ आई ऐड दीज टू कंपनीज तो देयर विल बी सिनर्जीज. सिनर्जीज क्या होता है कि 2+2 यूजुअली 4 होता है, बट सिनर्जीज में बोलते हैं नहीं 2+2 इज मोर देन 4. दैट टू कंपनीज आर कमिंग टुगेदर. क्रॉस सेलिंग काफी हो सकता है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल अगर डीमार्ट ने सिमिलर कंपनी को अक्वायर किया, इसके कस्टमर्स कैन यूज डीमार्ट सर्विसेज एंड डीमार्ट कस्टमर कैन यूज देयर सर्विसेज. So there could be cross-selling opportunities as well. So goodwill जो extra price पे किया है, that is mainly because if both the companies come together, the holding company or the acquiring company will be able to earn lot more than what they are able to earn currently. So that is all goodwill. So आपको implication पूछेंगे इतना goodwill आया, what does that mean? For example, ये वाले में almost 60% is goodwill, which is a substantial portion of your purchase consideration. So 60% goodwill मतलब the company has to be really having a great reputation and आगे की integration काफी अच्छा होना चाहिए company का with its acquiring company. Then you will be able to crystallize the benefits out of the money that you paid for this kind of a deal. So again, case study, when I say case study पूछा जाएगा, ये सब rational पूछा जाएगा कि what is your, and they will test what is your thinking ability here, कि आप कैसे सोच पा रहे हो. ये 61 कैलकुलेट करना ये मे बी सब लोग कर पाते हैं, बट ये 61 का मतलब क्या है, उसका रैशनल क्या है, व्हाट डज इट इंडिकेट, दैट इज समथिंग व्हिच दे विल बी टेस्टिंग in your paper, especially your professional level papers. Cool. So this was a small topic which I wanted to cover. Any questions again relating to the topic? Radhika, you want to cover anything additional or?
No. So, I guess topic is cleared for everyone, I hope. Now, from mentor me side, I would just ask if anyone has any particular questions related to training or anything related to mentor me. Few we had discussed earlier, but apart from that, guys, if you have any questions. Okay.
Hello,
Yes, Anil.
Rajka.
Yes, Anil.
Sorry, I joined late, so I'm asking. So will
No,
there
go
be,
ahead, please. Don't be sorry about it.
yeah, will there be live classes and recorded sessions, or how it will be, ma'am?
So it will be live interactive sessions like now.
Okay,
It will be on weekends, and each
okay,
and every session we'll record it and then we'll share it on your LMS,
okay,
Learning Management System Access. So
okay,
first you can attend the live session, and later on for your revision purpose, the recordings will stay with you.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So how many hours the class will be there in the weekends, ma'am?
Okay. So weekends, usually Saturday and Sunday evening, 3 hours, I guess minimum, because at least 6 hours a week session would be required. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jigna.
Yeah, around 6 to 8 hours lectures could be there, depending on the subject, depending on which level it is.
Yeah. Yeah. So it will be 6 to 8 hours a week. So 3 to 4 hours a day.
Okay,
And yeah, doubt solving and everything, and mock papers, test papers, we can conduct on weekdays. So that can be done.
okay.
Okay. Any other questions from anyone?
मैम थोड़ा अपना ट्यूशन फीस का भी थोड़ा वो बता दीजिए, सबको आइडिया होता है.
So tuition fees and everything I can share, but that will differ because level wise it differs. I guess for Tushar and there was some other CA as well, right? For them it will be for only professional level. For few of them it will be for skill plus professional. So this thing we can discuss in person. I guess that will be better depending on your how many subjects you're gonna appear for. So Rishabh, if it is okay with you, we can connect tomorrow. You let me know the good time and I can
Yeah,
brief you about the fees.
yeah,
Generally, I'll just give you an idea. So for skill level, it's 80,000 if you are going without placement, all skill level paper. If you're going with placement, it will be 1 lakh, and it includes your like training until and unless you're not cleared. And if you're going for professional level, then it's 1,20,000 for only professional, and you'll get certain discounts because you have attended this session, so you'll get additional discounts on that. So that can be done.
thank you.
Yeah. Any other queries, guys? So I take it as a no, and let's not badger your Sunday plans anymore. Okay. And I guess Tripti is in touch with you guys. See, Tushar has my number, but apart from that, everyone is connected with Tripti, right? Yes, no.
I'm not sure about the name from whom I received the call. But
Yeah, no problem, Anil. So, just do me a favor because I know Anil. Rishabh, Tripti, please confirm that you have and everyone's number.
Yes, I've spoken to you, Ani, before joining in.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Tripti, you can share my number with them. That's totally fine. And we can connect in person for your further doubts, guys.
Yeah,
I don't
sure,
want to.
Radhika.
Okay. Then, guys, then it was really pleasure to meet you all, and we are looking forward to have you with us.
Thanks, Radhika.
Thank
Again,
you, ma'am,
I will
for
really
that.
applaud you guys to spend a Sunday evening for yourself in a productive session. I hope we were able to solve all your questions and you liked the session. Again, if you all have any questions, even tomorrow, day after tomorrow, whenever you're thinking about the subject, about the curriculum, anything, you can ask Radhika and she can connect. If there's anything which I can help you, Radhika, feel free to connect them to me as well.
Done, done. It can be done.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. Give the feedback about the session as well. You can leave it to Tripti. You can give it to me. Anyways.
Thank you, ma'am. That's a really helpful session.
So can we get the LinkedIn ID or anything of
Yeah,
ma'am?
of course. Jigna ma'am's LinkedIn ID. Jigna ma'am, if you could just put it in the chat.
Yes, I can do that.
Cool.
Just give me, my name is Jigna Gausar, so even if you search, you'll be able to get, but I can give you specific LinkedIn ID as well. I'll just do it right away.
Jigna ma'am, I'm not able to hear you clearly from last 2-3
Sorry,
minutes.
sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it's better now.
Yeah, it was because of the mic. It was not. So my name is Jigna Gausar. You'll be able to find me on LinkedIn with the name, but I'll also give the LinkedIn ID right away.
Sorry.
Mm. Any other questions in the meantime?
Usually, how many people will be there in the batch, ma'am?
So, for every, what we could say, every course that we are providing, we keep it very limited. And for ACCA, we are planning a number of 5 to 10, not more than 10 people in one class because the topics are going to be extensive. So, we want only 10 students for each batch.
Okay, okay,
That's the plan.
okay. Thank you.
Most welcome. Any other query, guys? Uh, uh, Jigna ma'am, if you're facing some issue, I can share your LinkedIn ID with them
Sure,
on
sure.
WhatsApp.
Yeah,
I
I'm
guess,
just not able to access
yeah. So I
LinkedIn. Yeah.
understand. So I'll share the ID on your personal WhatsApp.
Okay, cool.
That. Chalo, guys. Thank you so much for attending. We'll connect tomorrow, like you and me in person.
Thank you, ma'am. Have a nice
Thank
day.
you.
Bye bye.
Thank
Bye.
you all.
Thank
Have
you
a
all
nice
for attending. Thank you.